Boom. So again, today I don't just want to talk about our plans for next year. I want to keep a bunch of stuff undercover for now. Like I've already spilled the beans on KOH, on the Sleeper Project, Rainforest Challenge, Helen back, an old format that we're bringing back that is going to have several episodes or several seasons, I want to say, almost, because they're all going to be completely different. A new format that we want to introduce, and a bunch of stuff that I need. Like for now, I want to leave undercover. But what I want to do today is to kind of go back and appreciate what, like, for me, 2022 wasn't an easy year by any means. Like it was a rough year for us in a lot of ways. You guys know I rode the Jeepster. It took, I don't know, over 5 months of my life and a ridiculous amount of money to get this thing back to life. It was a tough year, but still, I want to go back in time a little bit and kind of talk over what all has happened. And instead of just talking about it, I kind of created a little folder with pictures that kind of go with everything that we've done this year. And you'll be surprised, it's a lot. Actually, if we look at it, if I open it up right here, okay, let me go back to the other screen. Boom. Alrighty. So actually, the first thing that pops up here, the first thing on the list is 24 Hallenbeck. Believe it or not, that was January. The last Hallenbeck, Arizona Hallenbeck, happened or got released on the 1st. So it was the first day of this year where this Hallenbeck happened. Thank you, Michael Jonas. Wow, that's awesome. Thank you so much for the donation. You definitely entered in the giveaway now. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, believe it or not, that was this year. So 24 Hallenbeck, Arizona, for all that remember. Absolutely gnarly. One of the scariest trail, or the scariest trail that I've ever wheeled in my life. Absolutely awesome. It was like John Patrick right here about to meet God, literally. Then we have Holly, Mischief Maker, right here. And I mean, just that picture itself, winching downhill, tells you how tough this was. Like, completely insane. We got Chuck Mason up here. Chuck Converse, sorry. I see Mason next to it, so it's Chuck Converse and Mason Converse right there. Ah, man, that was a wild ride. Bronson with Wreck Gear. He was our trail guide. He helped me out to find this place, the area that we wheeled in, and he was our trail guide. It's his stomping grounds. So yeah, we took a bunch of full-bodied rigs down a canyon for rear steer buggies. So just to put, this is, by the way, the hill where Andrew had his accident in his buggy as well. That's like a 10-foot cliff right there, straight down. And yeah, as you guys know, Andrew Bailey unfortunately landed on his roof. Yeah, sad. His buggy is in the shop right now. I don't know if you follow him on Instagram. If not, you should. The Andrew Bailey on Instagram. And the work on his buggy has finally begun. So the buggy is completely cut up. They cut the whole roof off, and they cut everything behind the seats off. So the entire buggy it's going to look like a whole new rig. And he has somebody working on it that used to be one of the main fabricators from Wide Open Designs. So he's now on his own, kind of doing his own thing, and he is helping Andrew to redesign this buggy. So super cool. And this thing it's going to be a whole new rig when it's done. I'm very, very excited for him. Now you see Holly coming down it, like obviously a safety strap on the rear bumper so she doesn't do that. Keith and his Bronco. Man, that was a crazy adventure. John Patrick ending up in a tree. Not good. You guys have probably all seen this, but yeah, that all was this year. Believe it or not. Crazy. He is John Grounds, Proving Grounds Racing. This is the car. This is the dude that I'm going to be racing King of the Hammers with next year. Super excited. We're going to have him on the live stream as well very, very soon. So we wanted to do it for today, but since we're doing a year recap, and I want to witness an entire live stream to our King of the Hammers experience and to John, and to highlight his whole program, and to really maybe even let him show us the car live here on YouTube. And yeah, that's coming as well before KOH for sure. Proving Grounds Racing. That was a wild day. Yes, sir, it was. It absolutely was. So here we got him again. Yeah, that was January. That was 24 Hallenbeck in January. Then, after 24 Hallenbeck in January, we went into the Raynor Rocks Shootout. One of the most fun things we ever shot. Like, that was such an insanely fun production. We went to Morris Mountain in Alabama, one of the parks that I started wheeling at years and years and years ago, on an obstacle called Punisher, which is kind of like a backdoor style rock slab with a big mud hole on the bottom. Absolutely insane. So, and then obviously, like, we did a shootout style competition, always 1 versus 1, or yeah. And yeah, here's just a couple of highlight clips. Man, that was such a fun day, such an insanely fun event. Springs popping out of Cole Miller's rental. Man, that was wild. Like, here, that, just insane. Just insane. That was such a super, super cool event. Also, like, didn't get the recognition on YouTube that I thought it would get. Still good, totally happy with it, but I thought when we filmed this, we thought, all right, this is gonna bring us into a whole nother sphere. But it did well, don't get me wrong, but just for how much action this thing had, man, like Tyler Garrett with rock solid performance in his Willis 6-liter LS, like, he did the longest burnout I've ever seen. I think that burnout changed colors like 4 times. It's completely crazy. Like, it was such an insane event. This rig was a part of Ultimate Adventure this year. I think Tommy sold it, and it was part of Ultimate Adventure this year. He rolled it, but ended up like perfectly in an angle where he didn't damage anything. Tyler saved it, believe it or not. It looks like he's already been on his side, but he actually drove out of this. Alex Bernay, a rock crawler by heart. This dude is a straight up crawler and completely went against his religion in this competition and aired this thing out. Made it to the top in a really good time. And then the winner of the competition, Jackson Wolfenberger, in his old Samurai, completely smoked at 36 seconds or something, and he made it to the top and won the entire competition in an old Samurai with like 40 horsepower. Absolutely crazy. So if you guys haven't watched the Raynor Rocks Shootout yet, go back in the video library, check it out. It's definitely worth it. It is like so much fun and so much action. It's insane. So that is something we did. That was February. Then we went from there straight into the King of the Hammers. So here's me breaking axle shafts first day. Terrible. I usually always run RCVs. Unfortunately, I broke a hub just a week prior to KOH, and the broken hub completely kind of sheared off a stop shaft, and I didn't want to deal with it, didn't have time to do anything about it, so I just threw my spares in there that weren't RCVs. And yeah, broke on the first day, first trail, first obstacle. Grenaded both sides completely. So that was pretty frustrating. That's how my KOH started. But yeah, and then also took out the front locker because of the shock load. The front e-locker also grenaded. So that was the first day. Here we are at the BFG pits. They were so kind of letting us fix it in the pits. Definitely cool. But yeah, definitely wild. So this was a crazy story. So that was the day after we got it fixed. RCV overnighted me. I brought my broken RCVs with me. The one stop shaft was ruined, like I said, and RCV was so awesome to bring me a new stop shaft out to the lake bed. And I put it in, and then the same night we went out to Chocolate Thunder and hung out, and like I drove up Chocolate Thunder, and we were just chilling there. And then I saw Rich, the owner of Trail Hero, a good friend of ours, and his Jeep, and he had his girlfriend's thing on his passenger seat, and they were driving up Chocolate Thunder, and it was a freaking madhouse, this whole place, and all the regular lines were all blocked by broken rigs, so he tried to go around it, ended up flipping his rig and rolling into this big boulder right here. And yeah, it wasn't a good night for him, and I don't know why, but it's just the KOH mentality, I guess. Nobody came out to help. I was sitting in the crowd. My Jeep was parked way up the mountain. I was in the crowd watching, and nobody helped him. Nobody came down to, give him a hand, try to roll him back over. So I ran to my Jeep, got in my Jeep, drove all the way around, drove in from the other side, actually came from up here. Believe it or not, I didn't drive down to the trail because everything was clogged up. I drove down the side of Chocolate Thunder, which that was absolutely sketchy, super, super sketchy, and then winched him back over. So yeah, that was that. That was a wild night, and his Jeep was pretty beat up after that, but we got him back on his feet, and at least, I got to go help Mr. Trail Hero himself to get back on on all fours and drive out of the trail. That was definitely not fun, and honestly, that's not what the community is about. I've never experienced that, where somebody rolls and really messes up his rig and then just nobody steps up and helps. So I had enough time to come from the crowd to my Jeep, drive all around the mountain, drive down the freaking sketchy lane here, and then recover him. But yeah, anyways. Chuck Simmons, thanks for the donation, my friend. Yeah, there's me and John. That's where he took me for a ride over the lake bed. Fastest I've ever gone off-road. That was wild. And that was, I guess, just the pre-gaming for what's happening next year. So just some crazy backdoor stuff. Here was a good ride with Beef Goodrich that we had. That was fun, too. Just a little bit like overland stuff. Here's Adam Pfeiffer. He's in the chat as well. Holly back there. Bronson with wreck gear. Casey highlights in the Gladiator. This super cool old race tractor. An old power wagon. Cummins 12-valve powered power wagon. Oh, here's Casey highlights. I don't know who that is. That's Casey highlights right here. Barnes 4-wheel drive. That was a good day. That was a fun day. Yanni came out to KOH, our editor, my partner in Flexworks and Rollovers. He flew out to King of the Amherst and got to experience it, flew out all the way from Germany, and got to experience this madness. Absolutely loved it. So that was good. Now, here we got myself, Tim Cromer with BF Goodrich and BFG Garage, Nate with Dirt Lifestyle, and Mr. Ian Johnson. Just us chilling at the BFG Garage. That was a good time. Good people right there. Oh, Matt's Off-Road Recovery came into the garage with Rory. That was fun. That was the first time I met those. Or I knew I've met Rory a bunch of times already in my life, but that was the first time I met Matt. Super, super nice guy. Like, he is just a really, really, just a good-hearted, straight-up great dude. Like, no weird celebrity ego or whatever. I mean, the dude is a celebrity at this point. Absolutely nothing. Just super down-to-earth, great dude. Super cool guy. Very impressed. He is, again, John hauling mail over the lake bed. Super cool photo. Oh, there's us again. I don't know why that picture's in there twice. Oh, I got to meet Tim with Vice Unlimited. That is such a cool dude. He's in North Carolina and built this rad rod trophy truck. Diamond T. It's a Diamond T truck that he built into a mix of an Ultra 4 car and a trophy truck. Absolutely insane. This guy is one of the most skilled fabricator this country has. Like, crazy. The level of fabrication on this rig is insane. There's also a video on the channel about this thing. You can go back. Again, it was, I don't know, sometime earlier this year. This thing is on the thumbnail if you guys want to see it. Super, super cool. Super cool dude. This rig has a bunch of really neat features. It has a flipped 14-bolt rear axle with a pinion pump on it to keep the pinion lubricated. Super cool. This guy is he's an artist and an engineer and a fabricator. Crazy. So definitely a video that is worth watching. Super, super interesting what all he put into this rig and how he built it. And oh man, very, very cool video. Super cool guy. Yeah, here we had a photo shooting with the race tractor and Tim's Diamond T truck. Also, that was a good day in the desert. All right, that was KOH. So we went from KOH into this disaster right here. You guys all remember that, right? Yeah, that's where my year went south, I have to say. Something that really shouldn't have caused as much consequence as it actually ended up doing. I really wasn't even that upset about the rollover. I mean, I kind of knew it was happening when I pulled up to that hill. I think there's a photo in here somewhere of the hill itself. Let's see, right here. Nothing super scary. I've done worse, a lot worse. It was just slick. It was a waterfall with really thick, like slimy moss on it. But when I pulled up on it, I knew it was a make it or break it kind of thing. So I was, I don't know, honestly prepared for stuff to go south, as stupid as that sounds. But in this case, I was. And I tried to save it, couldn't. I was just a blink of a second too slow with putting it in reverse. You can literally see as soon as the tires lose ground contact, the tires start spinning reverse. Just a little bit too late, and then ended up blowing up the motor, as you guys all know. And that took me over 5 months to get straightened out, because we put 3 motors in it. Well, I had 3. I didn't put all of them in. The last one we figured out early enough that it was bad before we put it in. But this again, the whole story is on YouTube if you guys want to go back and watch it. There's a video of this day where the rollover happened. Those are all screenshots from the video if you want to watch it and relive this nightmare of a day. It's a really good video, actually. It's a really cool video. The wheeling in this place is fantastic. All this happened at a park called Hale Mountain, and it's closed now. You can't go there anymore. It's private property. It's not open anymore. But fantastic piece of property. Sad that it's not open anymore, but really good place to wheel. Super, super cool, and the video showcases that. Definitely check it out. I think this right here is the thumbnail of the video, if I'm not mistaken, so you can go check it out. That's where all that happened. Man, yeah. And then, then the first rebuild. That was the first junkyard motor we picked up. Mac came down from Washington, flew down to give us a hand. And then Andrew, we went to Juicy Motorsports here in Atlanta. Our buddy Jeff, he gave us a bay in his shop. And the 3 of us, pulled the old motor out, put the new motor in, and the nightmare continues after that, I guess. Yeah, this picture says it all, I guess. So you can also relive that on our channel if you want. Rigs and Trails, thanks for your donation. She Crawls, what did I miss? Oh, I thought you had a ladies' night tonight. Awesome, thanks for joining. Very cool. Guys, if you want to go back, check out all these videos. Again, this is not everything we've done. I'm just picking out the highlights or the corner points of this last year. So much to that. That was the rollover. After the rollover, we went to Jeep Beach. Really quick, and Jeff, Juicy Motorsports, the guy that let us work in his shop and put the motor in, that is his rig right here. And we got to take him and his Jeep to Jeep Beach with us, and definitely stole the show right there, because this is pretty much the baddest Jeep ever built, in my opinion. Completely insane. And was pretty cool to have. Andrew was cruising around in it all weekend, and I had the Jeepster there with a new motor in it, which ended up being broken as well, but at least I got to drive it there. So I was running on 7 cylinders, but it ran. So anyways, I was cruising in the Jeepster. Andrew was in this, and it was just really cool, because I definitely stole the show at Jeep Beach with those rigs, and it was cool. It was really, really cool. Jeep Beach, Daytona Beach, Florida, just hanging out with a bunch of industry friends, and it was a really, really cool weekend or week. Typical Jeep Beach builds. Definitely special, to say the least. There was the booth. We had them both that was after breaking it back down. We had a booth set up behind it. This was on the right before we took everything down. But we had both Jeeps in the BFG booth. It was awesome. It was a really, really good time at Jeep Beach. That was fun. Then we went from Jeep Beach into building a storage system with Ian Johnson. We talked about it earlier. And then we'll get to that later. So Andrew and I went to the Big Tire Garage, went to Ian's shop, and built the aluminum rack storage system that I have in the Jeep now. Also really cool. We spent 2 days there, knocked it out. Ian, just such a great dude, super skilled. He drew this up within minutes. He had the vision for it, and we started going to town on it. Absolutely cool. It was a really, really good 2 days, and I'm super happy with it. Absolutely love it. And actually, he asked me how much a Jeepster weighs, and I was like, I guessed my weight, but I was way, I thought the Jeepster was somewhere between 6,000 and 6,500 pounds. That's where I guessed the weight of the Jeepster. Ended up being 5,300 pounds, completely full of everything. So not as terrible as I thought it would be. But yeah, that was kind of cool too, that I finally got to put it on some actual scales and get an actual weight for it. Again, also, there's a video on the channel that talks about all this, shows how we built the storage rack and how we weighed the Jeepster. After all the issues, I thought you would go, but I'm super happy you didn't. Oh, go LS. Yeah, no. LS, I was very, very close on pulling the trigger on an LS, but the money I would have had to put into this Jeep and the work I would have had to put in the Jeep to convert it to LS, I can buy like 3 more Hemis for that money and then some. Like, it was ridiculous. It was really, really expensive because absolutely everything would have had to change on it. So it wasn't just like swap the motor out kind of project. It would have been everything: engine, transmission, wiring harness, ECU, shifters, gauges, probably even radiator, new drive shafts, new adapter plate for the Atlas. I mean, the list was endless on parts. That was just the big money items. There was a lot more. It added up to be a ridiculous amount of money after doing the math on it, and also a ridiculous amount of work and time that I just couldn't do it. I regret not trying to go with these junkyard motors. What I should have done from day one is take the broken motor, bring it to a machine shop, had it redone like immediately, all new parts, and put it back in. That's what I should have done instead of trying to go to. I mean, you're always smarter afterwards. Yeah, you know. Now I know. Now I know. I hung out with your Jeep Beach at Beef Goodrich tent. Awesome, man. Yeah, we met a lot of people down there, but dude, it was a good time. Jeep Beach, it is an absolute, mall crawler event. I get it, but the vibe at Jeep Beach is just cool. The people there are cool. It's a fun event. You don't expect any wheeling, don't expect any crazy rock crawler builds, even though there are some. It's just a good vibe. It's fun. It's just, hanging out with Jeep people at the beach. It's a good time with off-road people for the most part. It's a good time. It really is a good time. And I have a bunch of friends in Florida. It's fun to see them, and we all get to hang out. It's always a good time. All right, after building a storage system with Ian, we went out to AOAA for the ultimate off-road field trip. Wasn't planning on doing that, but I went to Bantam. I joined BFG and had the same setup as we had at Jeep Beach at Bantam. So I was already there. They had a field trip the following weekend, so I went out, and obviously the Jeepster was down. So here is where it all started, with me taking my dad's YJ. And after wheeling AOAA for 3 days on the normal trails, on the last day, the owner opened up the gates to the Mammoth Trail for us, which was freaking rad. And I got to wheel my dad's YJ through the Mammoth Trail. I would say East Coast gnarliest rock garden, or America's gnarliest rock garden. I don't think there is a rock garden that is crazier than that. I'm not saying a trail crazier. There are trails that are a lot crazier than this. But when we're speaking about a straight up rock garden, nothing can even come close to this trail. That's also when me and Marlon from Off-Road and Chill kind of started to hang out a little bit more. And then we got Crazy Alan right here. He's in Hallenbeck right now. So yeah, it was just an awesome day. We didn't get to do the whole trail, unfortunately. They called it after the first section. We completed the first section, the first of 3 or 4 sections, and because they shut the freaking trail down at 3 o'clock, and we got a late start. We didn't start until noon to even drive out there. So unfortunately, we only got to do the first section of it, but even that was freaking gnarly, but not even close to what's coming later. So at some point, we're going back and we're going to finish this thing. Good times. Yeah, pictures don't do it justice. Absolutely not. The boulders are bigger than your Jeep, and the holes in between the boulders are deeper than your Jeep is tall. That's the best way to describe it. It is freaking rowdy, and there's no line. There is no line. You just go. You go and hope for the best. Yeah. Crazy trail. That was not Mammoth. That right there was actually on a regular AOAA trail. All this also, again, in the YouTube channel. On the YouTube channel, sorry. Maybe once we go offline, I can go back in the video description of this video and put all the links to the stories that I'm telling here in order into the video description to make it a little bit easier. Yes, so just a quick reminder, guys, for those that have just joined, Anybody that donates any kind of amount of money in the super chat is automatically entered to win one of our cool Flex Rocks and Rollovers trail sacks. Look like this. You can pick a color. You are also getting one of each Hallenbeck sticker, one of each color, and a Hallenbeck t-shirt. This is the front, and this is the back. Super cool shirt, my favorite shirt so far. Yeah, any kind of amount automatically enters you to get take this home, and I will ship it straight to you. All right, continue in the year. We're already more than halfway through. Then afterwards, we went and did our annual cleanup ride at the Sand Mines, my favorite trail here in Tennessee. Super, super cool. We had it was a really good turnout. We had a bunch of rigs come out, really cool rigs come out. We had a blast and wheeled all the cool spots of the Sand Mines, and also picked up a lot of trash. I forgot exactly how much, but we filled up a whole dumpster. So also a really cool video on the channel about it. It was an awesome day. It was we had 100% chance of rain, and ended up getting lucky. The whole town got flushed away from rain, but up on the mountain it didn't end up raining. So it was freaking amazing. It was awesome. Corey Williamson, thanks for your donation, my friend. We struck out a burned out UTV that was just hidden in the woods for months and months already. We tied it to the back of the YJ and drug it out over miles, like 5 or 6 miles. We drug it through the trail system. Yeah, crazy little adventure. Yeah, we had some rock bouncers show up. Here's Dustin. He's also in the chat after he blew his ring and pinion. Yeah, definitely a wild event. Super fun. In collaboration with Tread Lightly, we do one every year. We're going to do one next year. We're just going to have to figure out where to go. If you guys have a good idea of where we can do where we should do our annual cleanup ride in 2023, let me know. I would love to see what you guys think. Just one rule that we try to meet at least is no off-road parks, because they usually, professionally managed. They're people that are theoretically getting paid for keeping the trails clean. So ideally it should be a place that is, not an off-road park, but public land of some sort. So let me know. And ideally in the southeast or on the east coast, let me know what comes up in your mind. I am currently thinking about hitting the Carpenter Cove in Tennessee. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that place. Not a trail we have featured on the channel yet, so that will make it cool too. So, and it's a trail that literally, I would say a rig on 35s with lockers can easily make it through. So we can invite a bunch of people. You guys can all come join. We can have an awesome day in the woods, wheel some cool trails, and clean that place up at the same time. So Carpenter Cove is currently on my radar for 2023 cleanup ride with Tread Lightly. DBBB in Kentucky. I don't know if I've ever heard of that place. I want to go to the sand mines someday. Guys, I'm telling you, Wasteland Willis, awesome to have you on here, Justin. But yeah, sand mines is definitely worth a trip. Very cool park. I want to see some Green Acre Park in Oklahoma. Yes, it's also on my list of parks I want to check out. Green Acres, for sure. All right, after the cleanup ride, we went to Harlan, Kentucky. That was the ultimate field trip that I actually signed up for, that I was planning on going to, and Andrew and I drove out there and had a blast. We had a good time at Harlan this year. Here's Marlon rolling his Jeep for the first time. Yeah, just a good day. And on the very last day, we got to hit Lion's Den, which was my highlight of that weekend for sure. Taking the YJ through Lion's Den was a blast. The Jeep just drove right through it. Like, super fun trail. Would love to hit it again. Would love to do it backwards. And yeah, super fun. And I would like to see if the Jeepster makes it through it just as easy as the YJ did. Man, that was freaking cool. That was a freaking cool trail. Brian Bush, thanks for the donation, buddy. I appreciate you. That's really, really nice of you. Thank you, man. Yeah, and Marlon beat his JL through Lion's Den. Probably the first JL to ever really make it through there. Definitely left some pain and some body on the trail that day, but he made it through there. It was awesome. Really cool to see. Also, a really good video on our channel if you want to watch that. The whole Lion's Den experience was a great day and is a really fun video to watch. 307 Garage, thanks for your donation as well, my friend. I appreciate you. Thank you. Again, everybody that's donating is getting a 24 Hallenbeck shirt, the one that I'm wearing, the one here in the back, and one of our trail sacks for recovery gear, whatever you want to use it for trash that you pick up on the trail. One out of these colors, whatever color you prefer, and one of each 24 Hallenbeck stickers. So all that to anyone that donates anything in the super chat here tonight. All right, so then we went from Harlan, and I went to Europe, and I'm just going to flip through this here really quick. I think I have way too many pictures in there because I took about a gazillion photos on that trip. But yeah, Courtney and I, for Courtney's birthday, we went to Europe. I took her to Amsterdam for 4 days, and then we went to Cologne, to my hometown in Germany, for a couple days after that. So had a really, really good time, and I've put some videos on YouTube. I don't think anybody really cared about it too much, but it was a good trip. It was a really, really good trip. I got to visit JP Performance, one of the YouTubers that I really look up to, big German automotive YouTuber. Got to visit his place. That was really cool. Check out some of his builds there, buy some merchandise. Yeah, there JP Performance, and then Halle 77, another YouTube channel that I watch. Got to check him out, and he has a little automotive museum with old German cars that I got to see. That was cool. He had a little books there, like a guest book or whatever, and wrote a little something here for him. Went on a little castle tour with Courtney and checked out some of the castles in Germany and some of the wine and Riesling areas all throughout Germany. That was really cool. That was really neat, right around the Mosel River. This is like 30 minutes from where I grew up, 30, 40 minutes maybe. Yeah, checked out a bunch of castles, went to Cochem, which is like the capital of Riesling wine. Hung out there for a day. Then this is the Cologne Cathedral. Pictures don't do it justice. Trust me, guys. This thing is freaking massive. Yeah, this is my hometown right there. My favorite German street food, Döner Kebab, which is like a gyro on steroids, basically. It doesn't even do it justice. A gyro is doesn't even come close to how delicious this is. Absolutely insane. Here again is the cathedral in Cologne. See right here, those are the people. Those tiny little. This thing is massive, just to say the least. It was built in like 1200, so it's old and medieval and cool as hell. Super, super cool. It's like the most visited building in Germany every single year. Oh man, a bunch of new donations. Oklahoma Wheeling, thank you, my friend. Berg X, thanks. Good to see you back as well. I remember your name. Went to a music festival while we were in Germany. Also, one of the highlights for us, definitely a cool experience. Nature One, big, world's oldest electronic music festival. So that was definitely a cool experience. Super, super cool. And also, again, it was her birthday trip, so we put a bunch of really cool stuff in there. It was a good time. We went, again, it was Amsterdam and then Cologne, and then we did day trips from Cologne to different things like the music festival or the wine area and, castles and all that stuff, JP Performance, all that stuff was just like within an hour driving distance pretty much. So that was our trip to Europe, my vacation this year. Then, as soon as we came back from Europe, it was Great Smoky Mountain Jeep Invasion time, and you guys freaking... Dan, I don't even know how to thank you guys. It was so cool. We made this Jeepster t-shirts, which we still have a different version of it now in the shop. We had a blue version exclusively for Smoky Mountain Jeep Invasion. Now we have the same shirt in gray in the shop that you can purchase if you want to. But yeah, we had a really, really good turnout there. You guys freaking killed it with purchasing merchandise and just showing your support. I met so many of you guys. It was just an honor. Like, that was such a cool thing to see. All of a sudden, this YouTube universe becomes reality, and you're at this event and people are, hundreds of people around our booth and signing people's glove boxes, and, I don't know, man, I've never experienced anything like it. And it's just cool to see because, you see your follower count and whatever on social media, but it doesn't always translate in reality. And seeing you guys in person there and how many of you, it was just, it was really, really touching. It was very cool. Adam S., been a good year and a great year ahead. Thank you, my friend. I wish you the same thing, obviously. I got COVID the week at Smoky Mountain and wasn't able to go. Oh, man. It was a good event. It was a good show. We're definitely going to be there again next year as well. That was the ride after Smoky Mountain. We went on a ride with Warren right after Smoky Mountain Jeep Invasion and led a trail on Raynor Rock. And here, by the way, is the trail sack that you can win here today if you donate something in the super chat. Here, that's what you see right here. That's about the size. I use it for trash. On the Jeepster, I use it for gear. So it's really handy, and we have it in these colors here as well. So that is that. We did Rhino Rock, and Rhino Rock's gotten rough, man. I've done this trail so many times, but that day, it kicked our butts. Yeah, like I said, super cool. signing glove boxes. We were right across from Knoxville Driveline. I wasn't even aware. I just met these guys not too long ago, and they helped me out after busting a drive shaft at Windrock. Super cool company, super great guys. Yeah, man, it was busy. It was a busy show. If you guys ever have the chance to go to Smoky Mountain Jeep Invasion, definitely worth it. Super cool event. Little River Off-Road, super cool content. One day I hope to come ride with y'all. Thank you. I appreciate that. I hope so too. Maybe come to our cleanup ride next year. Depending on where you live. You can maybe come down to Tennessee, come ride with us, help us clean up a trail, hang out with us for the day. It's always a good time. Yeah, so that was Smoky Mountain Jeep Invasion, and again afterwards we went to Windrock Park and went wheeling with Warren. And then I already feel what's coming now. Yeah, exactly. And then this happened. Not only did I roll my own Jeep early this year, and my dad was so kind and gave me his YJ to continue, to do my thing. And then we wheeled Windrock all day and really beat the hell out of those rigs and really, put it through some tough trails. And then that same night, after we did Rhino Rock and after we were done wheeling, we went to a restaurant all together with Luna and Marlon from Offroad and Chill and William from Carnage Motorsports, Alex Hamilton, Slicks and Stickies, Tanner from TNT Customs, man, I don't even remember, just a good group of guys. And we were talking, sitting on a table, eating barbecue. And we were like, man, how long it's been since we've just gone out, wheel, without cameras, without anything, just us enjoying ourselves. And then we're like, man, let's just go for a night ride. And I love night rides, and I still do. This doesn't change anything. I love night rides. Anyways, we loaded our stuff, went back to Windrock, unloaded, and went for a night ride. And then this happened. On a hill that I would hit any other day again. I just had a bad balance. It drove up a 12-foot obstacle with a pretty, it was slanted to one side, super slick. And got a bad balance, hit a rut or a rock on one side, flipped the whole front end over within a blink of a second. I was sideways in the middle of the hill and went side to side, end over end down the mountain. And then, messed up the Jeep pretty bad. Corey Williamson, thanks for your donation again, my friend. Thank you. And messed up my dad's Jeep pretty bad. And there's also a video on that on the channel, including the reaction of my dad when he first sees his Jeep. So if you want to see that, go check that out. I think this right here is the thumbnail if you want to look for it. And pretty bad outcome, honestly. Luckily, just a week later, my buddy Wasteland Willis, he's in the chat here right now, my buddy Justin, owns a shop in Tennessee. He works on old diesel trucks and hot rods and all that. Super cool dude, super awesome shop. And he has a paint booth, an old paint booth in his shop that he hardly ever uses. And yeah, he invited us down. It's like, come on, bring the Jeep down. We'll get it back. And my other good friend, Mark Hendricks, who used to be a paint and body guy, met me there. My dad came with us to give us an extra hand. And then all us went to town on this Jeep and ripped it into pieces and fixed everything back up. TNT Custom was so nice and sent us a new set of fenders. Within 2 or 3 days, we had the new set of fenders. I bought windshield, grill, hood, and a bunch of small pieces off Facebook Marketplace. We painted everything and had everything ready to rock and roll again the weekend after. So huge shout out to Wasteland Willis, Justin for lending us your shop. Huge shout out to Mark Hendricks for making all that happen. So that was freaking wild. How the hell do we already have spam in this freaking chat box here? That is so frustrating, and I can't unfortunately delete that. That's annoying. I'll go back and delete that later. Anyway, so yeah, I rolled the YJ. Yeah, great. It's 2 rigs in 1 year. I've made it through 20 years of off-roading. I've been wheeling since I was like 5, pretty much, or part of wheeling. You know, obviously not wheeling my own rig, but around wheeling, being in my dad's Jeep and whatnot. In all these years, never rolled a Jeep. And yeah, now 2 Jeeps in 1 year. Anyways, so the whole deal with fixing my dad's Jeep up so quickly was because he had already made plans for Trail Hero. And the last thing I wanted after destroying his Jeep was to ruin his plans for Trail Hero. So we had it all back up and running by the time, let's start down here maybe, by the time we drove to Trail Hero. What are we seeing? Right here. So that was the first time back out with the Jeepster. First time, you know, the motor was rebuilt and the Jeepster was properly running again. And my dad's Jeep was all fixed up. So that was a really happy moment for us. Super, super cool that we made that happen and got to wheel Sand Hollow during Trail Hero. And it was a freaking cool event. I got to meet the Peck brothers for the first time in person. And we had a good time together. Super cool dudes. We definitely hit it off good. Alan, Crazy Alan from Hell and Back, Andrew, Peck Brothers, man, we had a good time. We had a really, really good time. Unfortunately, Alan had some engine problems and was chasing them the entire week. But anyways, we still had a great time, and he came and wheeled with us a bunch and just rode with us. Here is Dave from DCD Customs. So if things go as planned, I'll be joining him, or he will be joining me, or we'll be going to the Rainforest Challenge in Malaysia together, and hopefully in this very Jeep that you see right here. That was originally built for Rainforest Challenge. And again, there's a walk around video and an interview on the channel as well. Here's a cool photo of the Trail Hero Gala. The opening gala, basically. This is Rich, the owner of Trail Hero. This dude is a freaking legend. For all that don't know, this is Larry McRae, the original owner and founder of Poison Spider Customs before they sold off. So this is the dude. Larry McRae, definitely a legend in the industry. My dad and I, and again, this was the Trail Hero opening gala. Very cool event. Yeah, my dad's Jeep back in action, all twisted up. I don't remember what this trail was called. Stairs and Chutes or something? Chutes and Ladders, that's what it is. This was Chutes and Ladders in Sand Hollow. This was Twister, a new trail in Sand Hollow. That's where we wheeled with Peck Brothers on. Very fun trail. This was Andrew and I getting in trouble at night with Brian from Dixie 4-Wheel Drive. This was, Nasty Half. We did Nasty Half at night. Not the greatest idea, but we had a blast. Spicy Off-Road, thanks for your donation, buddy. Oh, man, yeah, trailer was a blast. Yeah, this is the cover pretty much from the walk-around video. So this is, again, DCD Dave's LJ built for Rainforest Challenge. Hopefully getting shipped to Malaysia and competing in Rainforest Challenge next year. That's the plan, at least. And again, if it doesn't come together, we talked about it a bunch, and he really wants to do it, and we really want to do this together. If for some reason it doesn't happen, I will get in a plane, fly to Malaysia, rent a moped, and go watch and go film and go experience Rainforest Challenge. I want to do it. So that's the plan. and our buddy Rob rolling his buggy off this big hill behind him, and just, yeah, fun photo, good times, cool dude, cool rig, just good memories right there. And then, yeah, last but not least, Raynor Rocks at Little Caesars. Oh, I didn't even put any videos in, photos in here. Then let's just jump to here. For those that haven't seen it, we have Raynor Rocks, the latest Raynor Rocks competition. Absolute blast. Also, I think one of the best Raynor Rocks that we ever shot. Super fun event. Cool participants. Tons of action. Definitely something, if you guys haven't watched it yet, definitely something worth checking out. It's a 2-part series. Just so much fun, and he has definitely, this is one of the highlights right here for me, right here, with Tyler just smoking it. Just to give you guys a little taste. Man, that was a good time. Little Caesars, one of the gnarliest trails. The cameraman going flying. Party mode. Tyler, definitely awesome guy. Super glad I finally got to meet him.
I did a little bit of science with my right foot, and I calculated with my brain in the left and turned the thing around and made the wheels go bang.
One of my favorite spots in this whole video. It is hilarious. Like, this video is full of action. It's funny. It's action-packed. So, yeah, if you haven't, please do me a favor. Go check out the latest Raynor Rocks competition at Little Caesars in Tennessee at Adventure Off-Road Park. This is episode 1. Episode 2, this is the driver introductions. So, yeah, definitely check that out. Super awesome. And all this was this year, guys. All this was this year. Plus hell and back now, obviously. So all of this has happened this year, which is kind of wild. And more, obviously. This was just a highlight reel. It's like I went wheeling with my dad one day. We went to Morris Mountain and just cruised the trails and talked about old times and showed some pictures of how we started wheeling back in Europe and how we got into wheeling and how we moved from Germany to the States and how all this went. And like, there's a whole video on that. It's, I think, called like Father Like Son. And there was a bunch of more stuff. This was just like kind of like my highlights of the year. And I mean, we went through 15 highlights total. So, and there was more. And that was just 2022, including having a Jeep that was broken for almost 5 months and me having to improvise a lot of stuff and didn't get to do what I originally had planned this year. It was a mess of a year for me and a lot of improvising. So, yeah, it was crazy. I can't wait for next year. I hope things go more as I'm planning them right now. Arctic TJ Lover, thank you. Love the contact. Feeling 4 is only 2 hours away from me. I'm jealous, man. That's awesome. Thanks for the donation. So yeah, that was the year 2022, and I can't wait for 2023. I'm very excited for it. I love that we have this live stream thing going on right now. So every Wednesdays, we're going to keep this up. Every Wednesday, we have a live stream. Every Sunday morning, we have our video releases. Maybe it looks like we have another editor for next year as well. So maybe we can even make it up to live stream plus 2 videos next year. That's at least the goal. That's definitely the goal for next year as well, is to double up on content and get even more out. And yeah, that's what we want to do. Let's see if how it goes. It's always, every single time we were close to getting to that goal several times, and then always stuff happened why it didn't happen that way. So yeah, sometimes you can't really plan as much as you want to. So definitely the goal is to double up on content next year as well. But the live streams, you guys seem to enjoy it. I absolutely love it. I enjoy this a lot more than I would have ever thought. This is freaking cool. I love talking to you guys. I love having that weekly conversation with you guys. So it's great. It's really cool. And yeah, Proving Grounds Racing, bring on 2023. I can't wait to go racing with John at KOH with Proving Grounds Racing. Super excited about that. I want to do my best job ever to cover that for you guys. My experience as a co-driver in the 4400 race. I'm absolutely thrilled about it. And yeah, we'll obviously make a cool video or video series even about it. We'll see how much and what we get. It's my first time, so I don't know what to expect. I don't know what we're going to get out of it, but something will happen. I am pumped about it. That's for freaking sure.